During the night of August 6, Ukrainian drones struck the Tatsinskaya railway station in Russia's Rostov region for the second time in 24 hours. The station, used for transporting fuel and grain, was hit as cargo tanks were parked on site. The attack triggered multiple explosions and fires, though no casualties were reported. The incident reportedly caused delays in train traffic. In a separate strike, Ukrainian drones targeted an oil depot in Russia's Bryansk region. Local residents reported that the attack began around 5 a.m., with several explosions heard later at around 10 a.m. A fire broke out in the area where the drones crashed. In the Lyman direction, Russian forces remain bogged down, unable to make any meaningful advances despite relentless waves of infantry assaults. These repeated frontal attacks have proven disastrously ineffective, resulting in catastrophic casualties at a pace not seen in other sectors. According to Euromaidan press, frontline Russian units are also suffering from severe supply shortages, making sustained combat operations nearly impossible. This dire logistical collapse has reportedly driven Russian commanders to increasingly desperate measures. In some cases, troops have been sent into battle with explosive vests, essentially turning them into unwitting suicide bombers. Ukrainian drone footage has captured scenes of individual Russian soldiers carrying mortar rounds by hand to the front lines, a desperate improvisation that starkly illustrates the breakdown in supply chains and the grim conditions facing Russian units. Operators from Ukraine's 63rd Mechanized Brigade have grown exceptionally skilled at detecting and eliminating isolated Russian assault groups, especially under the cover of night. In one notable instance, a single Ukrainian drone team reportedly eliminated 23 Russian soldiers in just one night. Even when Russian troops manage to temporarily capture new positions, Ukrainian forces respond with rapid counterattacks and targeted drone strikes, quickly retaking lost ground or destroying the invading units. This brutal cycle of failed advances and mounting losses has trapped Russian infantry in a loop of futile, high-casualty operations. Rather than reassess their approach, Russian commanders have reportedly escalated their reliance on reckless tactics. Soldiers were soon spotted wearing custom vests designed to carry anti-tank mines, intended as a means to transport explosives and deploy them upon reaching Ukrainian trenches. The idea was to keep troops armed while delivering the mines forward. In practice, however, these vests have become lethal liabilities. When hit by Ukrainian fire, the explosives often detonate, killing not only the soldier wearing them but also any nearby comrades. These grim incidents underscore a disturbing pattern of improvisation rooted in desperation and disconnection from battlefield realities. Euromaidan press concludes that such hazardous tactics reflect the growing dysfunction within the Russian command structure, where commanders, unwilling to adapt, are embracing increasingly suicidal measures to achieve minimal territorial gains. Amid mounting battlefield losses in Ukraine, the Russian government has intensified its forced mobilization efforts, increasingly targeting vulnerable populations such as prisoners, conscripts, ethnic minorities from remote regions, and Central Asian migrants to replenish its depleted ranks. Eyewitness reports collected by the Siberian Realities portal reveal that male inmates in prisons across the Volga region, particularly in Tatarstan and Bashkortostan, as well as in Siberia, are frequently subjected to beatings, psychological abuse, and threats in a bid to coerce them into military service. According to Olga Romanova, head of the Russia Behind Bars Foundation, many of these prisoners are funneled into the infamous Storm Z assault units, which are often deployed on near-suicidal missions at the front. She notes that the once crowded prison system is steadily emptying. In many cases, suspects are no longer brought to trial or incarcerated. Police are now not only authorized but actively encouraged to offer military contracts, even to those accused of minor offenses, Romanova explained. Since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, tens of thousands of soldiers have been deployed to the front. The prolonged conflict, now in its fourth year, has inflicted heavy casualties on both sides, pushing Russian authorities to seek new and increasingly aggressive means of conscription. Romanova also revealed that police officers are offered financial incentives for every recruit they secure. In 2023, the bonus was 10,000 rubles, but that amount has skyrocketed to 100,000 rubles. To put that into perspective, she said, the average monthly salary of a provincial police officer is around 40,000 rubles. You can imagine the extent of pressure this creates. She added that since 2023, approximately 90 prisons have been shut down due to the mass transfer of inmates into the military. In October 2024, President Vladimir Putin signed a law permitting prisoners to enter military service even before their trials, effectively legalizing forced recruitment from detention centers. A woman identified as Svetlana told Siberian Realities that her boyfriend, currently imprisoned in the Volga region, was among those brutally assaulted during a recruitment raid. Over 100 riot police were brought in and beat all the inmates indiscriminately until they signed. My boyfriend witnessed prisoners being dragged away with broken ribs and limbs. Some were sent to the front still injured. Those who refused were transferred elsewhere and threatened with further violence. Those who resist are punished harshly. Their phones are seized, and all visits are suspended. Natalia, whose son was imprisoned for a drug offense in Siberia's Kemerovo region, shared that he eventually succumbed to the pressure after years of resistance. He told me, they twisted my arms until they broke. After that, he disappeared. He only had 2 years left on his sentence, and now he's gone. In 2022-2023, Russia's Federal Penitentiary Service reported a record 58,000 missing prisoners. While many were previously recruited by the Wagner Group, they are now being absorbed into clandestine battalions operated directly under the Russian Defense Ministry.